The chosen one. Lean in and listen. Something holy is humming through your nights, threading light through your sleep like silver rivers. Your dreams have risen in volume, not by accident, not by stress, not by random imagination, but because heaven has leaned closer. This week, the veil feels thin, the room feels watched, and the moments before you wake carry a weight you cannot shake. You are not being haunted, you are being heralded. You have been sensing it, images that refuse to fade, names that echo places you have never walked, yet somehow recognize, instructions wrapped in symbols that keep repeating: winds, doors, clocks, lions, oil. Do not dismiss them. Your spirit is catching transmissions that ordinary language cannot carry. The Father is speaking in the night to protect the seed he planted in the day, and the sound is louder because the appointed hour is nearer than you think. Hear the urgency wrapped in tenderness. You are rare. You are set apart. You are the one who kept standing when collapse seemed reasonable. Heaven did not forget your hidden. Yes, your midnight prayers, your tear-stained obedience. That is why your night watch has been upgraded. That is why your inner eyes keep opening when the house is quiet. The King has scheduled counsel with you, and dreams are the chamber where secrets can be delivered without interruption. There is also a promise folded inside this increase. What tried to bury your vision has become soil for a harvest of clarity. The fog is lifting. The pattern is arranging. The map is unfolding. Do not fear the strangeness of holy speech. Your spirit has the vocabulary. Your mind will catch up in the morning. When you wake, you will feel residue, peace with a pulse, urgency without panic, hope that lands like a key in your palm. Tonight's dreams are not entertainment, they are equipment. They will warn you where to step, reveal who is safe, highlight what to start, and expose what to release. Some dreams will come like thunder, others like a feather on your cheek. Both are instructions. Write quickly, pray softly, obey promptly. Favor rides fastest on those 3 habits. Let this settle as certainty. Your dreams are louder this week because heaven is accelerating the timeline. The river is rising around your feet. The crown is fitting to your head. The path you thought closed is bending open like a door on well-oiled hinges. You are being summoned into precision. Microbridge, breathe steady your heart and keep listening. The source of these dreams is about to introduce himself with unmistakable presence. Be still, anointed one, for the voice that fashioned galaxies has drawn near without spectacle. He does not need thunder to be sovereign, nor lightning to be Lord. Yet to you, yes you, he chooses intimacy over noise. In the hush between your last thought and first dream, he places his hand upon your spirit and says, I am here. Not as rumor, not as memory, but as present tense presence. This is why the air feels charged and the ordinary feels threaded with wonder. He comes as Father, so the first tone you hear is tenderness. He comes as King, so the next tone you sense is authority. Do not separate them. Love without power leaves you unprotected. Power without love leaves you afraid. He arrives as both, and that is why your heart trembles and rests at the same time. He is not negotiating for your attention. He already owns your nights. He is not competing with chaos. His whisper governs storms. You asked him to speak clearly. He answered by enlarging the language of your soul. When words run out, he paints. When sentences fail, he sings. When the day drains you, he waits for the night because darkness is not darkness to him. He slips past the centuries of busyness and enters the holy corridor of sleep, where your spirit stands alert. There, he writes with light. There, he folds messages into symbols that bypass arguments and land as knowing. Trust the sender, because you know his signature. When he speaks, burdens lift, not increase. When he speaks, repentance feels like coming home, not crawling in shame. When he speaks, courage wakes up under your ribs and sits like a lion in your chest. You may not grasp every detail on first hearing, but truth will leave a fragrance, clean, weighty kind. If fear shouts over you with accusation, that is not your Father. If confusion scatters you, that is not your King. His voice clarifies, separates, aligns. His voice gathers what was frayed and stitches it with mercy. He also comes as shepherd and shepherds know paths we cannot see. He steps into your sleep to lead you around pits you would never notice awake. He shows you faces so you can choose wisely, warnings so you won't wander green fields, so you won't settle for gravel. Notice the cadence. He does not drag. He guides. He does not shove. He invites. His staff in the night is a dream. His rod is discernment, and both comfort you. And hear this as covenant. The God who speaks is the God who stays. He is not the visitor of the gifted, but the dweller with the willing. Open hands move him. Honest tears move him. A whispered yes moves him. You do not need to manufacture holiness to keep him near. You need only to remain turned toward him. He delights to abide inside the humble rhythm of your days, your commute, your chores, your small obediences that look like nothing and weigh like eternity. So, come without pretense. Lay down the performance. Present your whole heart, the pieces that glow and the pieces that ache. He is not shocked by your need. He is drawn to it. He is not threatened by your questions. He is the answer walking. He will not embarrass you with mysteries you cannot carry. He will fit the revelation to your frame and grow your frame as you obey. Listen for his nearness. Now, the warmth behind your sternum, the sudden stillness, the clarity that lands like a key. That is him introducing himself again, not because he forgot you, but because he loves to be recognized. Heaven is not far. The King is in the room, and his intention is not merely to inform you, but to transform you with what he is about to reveal. Micro bridge. Hold that presence close. The curtain is parting, and what waits beyond it will name the very reason your dreams are louder this week. The curtain parts, chosen one, and the scene opens on a midnight shoreline. The sea is glass until the moon lifts, and then 7 waves begin to roll, in cadence measured, deliberate, unafraid. This is the hour we have entered 7 waves of intention, moving toward you. Your dreams are louder because heaven is timing your steps to these waves. Miss none of them. Resist none of them. Each carries a different assignment, but together they form one unveiling. Wave 1 is alignment. In night visions, you will see plumb lines, compasses, grids of light. Heaven is straightening what compromise made crooked. People who once fit will suddenly feel missized. Rooms you endured will feel airless. Conversations will taste of sand. Do not call it offense. Call it measure. The Spirit is snapping your path to true north. In the dream, you will hold a level and watch the bubble settle. In the waking decisions will sharpen without apology. Wave 2 is exposure. Lamps are coming on in closets you forgot, and in networks you trusted without question. Expect dreams with mirrors, windows, and unmasked faces. You will see intentions beneath smiles, motives behind gifts, cracks inside offers. This is not paranoia. It is mercy. God refuses to let termites eat your future beams. When He reveals, do not negotiate with what He uncovers. Bless release and step out clean. Wave 3 is instruction. Your night will become a classroom without walls. Scriptures will thread through symbols. Strategies will sketch themselves upon water and refuse to blur. You might dream of blueprints of chalk dust of handwriting on your palm. Wake and write. Heaven is not entertaining you. It is equipping you to move deftly at daybreak. Keys are being issued, and some will match doors you have not yet seen. Wave 4 is separation. A holy distillation is underway. You will dream of sieves, of threshing floors, of rivers that carry silt away and leave gold behind. Not everyone can travel light, and not every habit can survive altitude. The Spirit is subtracting to multiply. Do not mourn what is leaving. Mourn only disobedience. This pruning will ache, but the fruit demands it. The cut is covenant, not cruelty. Wave 5 is acceleration. In vision, you will run without panting. Clocks will melt. Calendars will fold like linen. Delays that shaped you will cease to define you. You will wake sensing you overslept destiny. You did not. You outlasted the preparation cycle, and now the wind is at your back. Where you pushed, you will be carried. Where you waited, you will be welcomed. This is not mania. It is momentum under oath. Wave 6 is restoration. Watch for dreams of lost letters arriving, of broken instruments, restrung, of childhood rooms filled with fresh light. Promises thought expired are not dead, they were planted. The Lord will place memory in your sleep so that gratitude can greet fulfillment without shock. He returns years as harvest, not as nostalgia. You will awaken with the taste of laughter you have not tasted in a decade. Receive it. Make room at your table. Wave 7 is commissioning. Robes rings, and oil appear in the night. Crowns descend without noise. You will stand at thresholds that used to reject you and hear your name spoken correctly for the first time. This is not vanity. It is vocation. The weight you feel on your shoulders is not pressure. It is placement. The dream will not flatter you. It will assign you. Expect geography to answer. Expect doors to feel sentient. Expect favor to function as a map. But hear also the tender warning that crowns carry, the trial walks with the triumph. Between the waves there is undertow, and it will try to drag you back into old currents. You will see it in dreams as familiar streets that twist into alleys, as banquet tables with food that turns to ash, as invitations that arrive late and cost your morning. Resist politely, but completely. The undertow is not a sign you misheard. It is a sign you advanced. Waves create pull. Victory invites resistance. Commissioning provokes counterfeits. To the pure-hearted, who fear missing God, peace. The shepherd walks the shoreline with you. If a step falters, his rod redirects. If a wave rises too high, his hand lifts your chin. The test is not designed to fail you. It is designed to prove you. Heaven wants your authority to sit upon bone, not costume. Therefore, the dream language intensifies to slow you, where haste harms to hurry you, where delay wounds to hide you, where exposure would spoil. You will notice the fragrance of the season changing. In the night, you will smell rain before it falls. You will dream in colors that feel like verbs. You will awaken with names on your tongue and know exactly who to call, what to cancel, and where to sow. This is the intimacy you asked for, arriving in a form you did not expect. The king is not vague, he is layered. The louder dreams are the layers peeling back one obedient morning at a time. Receive the headline of heaven. Your nights are strategic because your days are about to be public. The private curriculum is nearly complete. The 7 waves are not random phenomena. They are the choreography of your unveiling. Walk it humbly. Walk it promptly. Walk it singing even when the shore grows narrow. For as these waves conclude, the sea will not recede. It will part. Micro-bridge. Now let us step beneath the surface and read the current itself. The meaning within these waves is where your courage will anchor, and your next obedience will be born. To understand why your dreams are louder this week. Chosen one. You must look beneath the waves and study the current. The sea can seem restless on the surface. Yet what moves it is moon and gravity orders issued from realms beyond touch. So it is with you. The increase in night visions is not mere overflow of thoughts. It is alignment between heaven's calendar and your consecrated hunger. When divine timing meets yielded, will the spirit receives bandwidth the mind cannot manufacture. Think of light. Daylight reveals what already stands. Moonlight reveals what would be hidden without softness. God is giving you moonlight revelation, illumination that does not blind you with sudden glare, but trains your inner sight to see contours, edges, and pathways the noon often washes out. Dreams are that gentle light. They are kindness to your nervous system and clarity to your spirit. The volume rises when the path narrows, not to frighten you, but to spare you stumbles. The 7 waves are not random events. They are 7 meanings moving in sequence, 7 reasons your nights sound like trumpets. Alignment is the mercy of measurement. A plumb line does not shame a crooked wall. It invites repair before weight collapses it. In seasons of promotion, God refuses to let you carry destiny on uncorrected angles. He straightens thinking affections and commitments so they can bear the crown without cracking your core. Loud dreams here function like a carpenter's hammer, tap, 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 until the board sits flush with purpose. Exposure is the mercy of light. Hidden rot flourishes in flattery and darkness. When God turns on lamps, He is not humiliating you. He is honoring the future by removing what would betray it. Dreams unmask counterfeits because your waking loyalties are expensive. The kingdom you carry attracts alliances. Not all of them are holy. Consider storms. They look violent, but they cleanse the air. Exposure is a storm with a physician's heart. Instruction is the mercy of order. Heaven is not vague. Heaven is precise. The Spirit gives blueprints because anointing without strategy wastes strength. Dreams become chalkboards where God writes equations no meeting could resolve because He is saving you time. Doors answer to keys, and keys answer to patterns. When you wake with steps, you are not obsessing. You are obeying choreography, authored in love. Separation is the mercy of altitude. Air thins on mountains. You cannot pack the valley into the climb. Dreams of sieves and rivers are God's way of handing you scissors to cut cords that cannot survive the summit. This is not cruelty. It is oxygen management. Seasons change wardrobes. You do not wear winter coats into summer without suffocating. Holiness is seasonal wisdom dressed in devotion. Acceleration is the mercy of momentum. When winds shift, sails matter more than oars. Night visions that bend clocks remind you that preparation time was not punishment, it was propulsion. What took years to learn will take days to deploy when assignment and atmosphere marry. Acceleration is not rush, it is rightness. It feels like a door that once groaned now glides because hinges have been oiled by obedience. Restoration is the mercy of memory redeemed. God does not rewind, He resurrects. He returns years as fruit, not as do-overs. Dreams that deliver laughter from childhood or letters never opened are heaven's way of stitching healed identity to present calling. Broken instruments restrung do not pretend they were never cracked. They sing with deeper resonance, and nations hear the honesty in the tone. Commissioning is the mercy of weight. Crowns are not jewelry, they are jurisdiction. Oil is not perfume, it is permission. Loud dreams in this wave settle on you like a mantle that fits exactly where you feared it would slip. The reason you feel heaviness is not doom. It is density, glory pressing into bone, so assignment rests naturally on your frame. Together, these meanings speak of destiny governed by timing. Destiny without timing leads to striving. Timing without destiny leads to drift. God marries both in your sleep because sleep is surrender. The proud do not like dreams. They prefer meetings they can share. But the humble are delighted that God chooses the unguarded hours to write the next chapter where no committee can vote Him down. See also the economy of faith at work. Faith is not only believing hard, it is consenting quickly. Dreams accelerate consent by bypassing the committee of fear that convenes in the daytime. Your spirit receives a picture. Your mouth receives a yes. Your feet receive a path. The louder the dream, the shorter the distance between revelation and response. This is stewardship. Heaven invests clarity where obedience has proven reliable. Consider the metaphor of doors. A shut door is not always denial. Sometimes it is rehearsal. God trains your hand on locks in the night so your muscles remember in the morning. You dream of keys because authority is muscle memory in the spirit. You will feel it soon. A conversation becomes a hinge. A prayer becomes a latch. A decision becomes a turn that clicks. Dreams teach your hands before your hands are needed. Notice also journey language written into everything. Journeys require maps, travelers, and provisions. Dreams are portable maps, folded tucked into the heart opened at rest stops. The traveler is the spirit cloud by day, fire by night, whisper by dream. The provision is presence mana of clarity that cannot be stored but is always fresh. This is why hoarding yesterday's instructions exhausts you. The road moved and the map updates nightly. Then there is the seasonal law of transformation. Seeds fracture before they sprout. Caterpillars dissolve to become winged. Wineskins stretch to hold new ferment. God speaks in the night, so the stretch does not scare you at dawn. He shows you the tree inside the seed, the sky inside the cocoon, the vintage inside the skin. Dreams become previews, so pain cannot rename the process. All of this reveals a holy tenderness the king would rather guide you with eyelids than bit and bridle. Dreams are eyelid language. Subtle, sovereign, sufficient. They honor your personhood while guarding your purpose. They do not infantilize you. They initiate you. They treat you not as a servant grasping for orders, but as a friend trusted with counsel. So when the nights thrum and cymbals crowd the room, do not fear madness. You are sane enough to be led. You are trusted enough to be told. Let the waves wash your ankles and then your knees. Let the current undergird your steps, because what God clarifies in secret will steady you when the public shore grows narrow and the watching grows loud. Hold to this simple creed. What the light reveals, I align to. What the storm exposes, I release. What the door instructs, I obey. What the season separates, I bless. What the wind accelerates, I receive. What the restore returns, I steward. What the oil assigns, I carry. Live that, and the volume of dreams becomes not noise, but navigation. Micro bridge. Now that your spirit understands the current watch for the markers along your path, the signs of confirmation are already shimmering at the edges of your days. You will not have to guess chosen one. The same God who speaks in the night will let confirmations bloom in the day like dew on grass, quiet, undeniable, and everywhere your feet touch. First, watch the clock. Numbers will line up like soldiers at attention 3:33, 4:44, 5:55. Sequences tied to promises and patterns. You will look up by accident, yet feel a nudge as gentle as a hand on your shoulder. Do not worship numbers. Discern their assignment. Repeating time is not superstition. It is a bell. Whisper, I hear you, and ask what step matches the sequence. Second, attend to names. A name you have not heard in years will surface 3 times in 2 days on a screen, in a conversation, in a lyric that slips through a shop doorway. Heaven is curating your attention. Sometimes the name is a person you must forgive or bless. Sometimes it is a city that will soon welcome your feet. Sometimes it is a book that holds the next key. Do not shrug it off. Names are divine highlighters. Third, notice the keys and doors. Keys will appear everywhere on packaging, in ads as jewelry and art. Door imagery will stalk you. Arches, gates, thresholds, revolving entrances. In the spirit, This is vocabulary. In the natural, expect. Emails to open approvals, to land schedules to align. When the metaphor stalks you, the material follows close behind. Treat every hinge with honor by preparing the yes you already prayed. Fourth honor, the wind and birds, a sudden breeze inside a still room, a single feather on a path that had none. Birds that gather on a wire just when you finish asking for a sign. Creation is not your oracle, but it is obedient to the one who loves you. Do not seek omens. Receive reassurance. If peace lands like a soft wing behind your ribs, step forward. If agitation rattles you while nothing is wrong, pause. The shepherd trains your senses. Fifth, expect songs you did not choose. A melody will follow you from car to cafe to corridor, delivering one lyric that stitches your night vision to daylight courage. Heaven will playlist your week. Sing the line out loud when fear squares its shoulders. Worship is both acknowledgement and warfare. It nails doubt to the floor and sets your steps in time with the waves. Sixth, watch for holy interruptions. The text that arrives the moment you finish praying, the message missent that answers a question you were too shy to ask. The random encounter that hands you a resource you wrote on yesterday's list. Do not call it coincidence. Call it choreography. Say thank you and move. Seventh, feel for rest in motion. Not laziness, not apathy, rest. You will sense a quiet charge in your bones, a peace that lets you move without hurrying. When this rests on you, act. Revelation ripens into authority when peace becomes your operating system. Conversely, when pressure hounds the good idea, wait. Heaven does not bargain with panic. Eighth, trust the echo. You will share your dream with one safe person and hear them say, I saw the same image, or I woke with the same verse. The Spirit confirms in community what He births in secrecy. Do not overexpose the holy. Do not undershare the necessary. Steward the circle that hears you and prays you forward. Ninth, expect unearned favor. The closed door you stopped knocking on will email you first. The fee will be waived without explanation. The mentor you admired from afar will suddenly call you by name. Favor is not luck, it is proof the wave is carrying you. Bow to God, not to opportunity. Keep your yes clean. 10th, anticipate clean endings. Deals will dissolve without drama. Attachments will release with a sigh, not a tear. When heaven finishes a chapter, it also closes the book's cover. Do not claw at what grace has dismissed. Bless it and step through the next frame. Gather these signs and hold them like pearls. You are not hunting for hints. You are following a shepherd who delights to be obvious when obedience is costly. Micro bridge. And yet, with glory comes gravity. Before fulfillment, you will feel the undertow that tests what you have heard. Let's name the hidden challenges so they cannot ambush you. Glory has a shadow, chosen one, and it stretches where the light is strongest. Before the waves deliver you to new shore, you will meet undertows that test your footing. They are not punishments. They are proofs. Name them, and they lose the surprise that steals strength. First comes the silence after the symphony. Nights blaze, mornings roar. Then a day arrives like a library, quiet, austere, almost empty. Do not panic. Heaven has not withdrawn. It is letting revelation settle into bone. Seeds germinate in stillness. Treat the hush as incubation, not abandonment. Keep your practices steady. Right pray, obey the next small instruction. Second comes the counterfeit invitation. As favor rises, imitation rises with it. Offers that mirror your dream will arrive slightly off key, too quick, too flattering, too costly in integrity. In sleep, you will see glossy doors with hinges of wax. In waking, you will sense rush. Remember, kingdom timing never requires you to betray kingdom character. If the price is your peace, it is too expensive. Third comes holy fatigue. Acceleration taxes muscles untrained for speed. Your body will ask for margins your zeal wants to ignore. Honor the frame God chose for your spirit. Rest does not resist revival. It preserves it. Guard your sleep like a sanctuary. Answer night warfare with worship before bed and gratitude upon waking. Fourth comes nostalgic gravity. The familiar will call you home to places you outgrew, old roles, old rooms, old rhythms that require no faith. You will dream of childhood houses reshaped into mazes. Wake and bless the memories, then lock the door. Comfort without calling is captivity. The past is a teacher, not a landlord. Fifth comes isolation's whisper. New paths can feel narrow, and the enemy loves to rebrand pruning as rejection. He will hiss, "No one understands you. Go alone. Resist." The shepherd assigns companions, even in wilderness intercessors, with your name on their tongue. Elders with quiet eyes, peers who carry the same oil. Reach for the trusted few. Isolation breeds distortion. Community refines perception. Sixth comes scrutiny. Visibility draws eyes, and not all will be kind. Expect misread motives, lazy critiques, and questions that bruise on contact. You do not owe every spectator an explanation. Your assignment is obedience, not PR. Answer slander with fruit, not fury. Let consistency speak. Let time pronounce the verdict. Seventh comes the internal tribunal. After God calls you chosen, your history will file an appeal. Old failures parade as evidence. Old labels clamor for reinstatement. Do not retry what the cross already acquitted. Agree with God quickly. Speak your commissioning until your bones learn the sound of your new name. Eighth comes distraction, disguised as duty. Good things multiply. Meetings causes opportunities that eat the hours your instructions require. Remember, assignment defines priority. A full calendar can be unbelief wearing productivity's clothes. Trim it. Protect sacred focus. Ninth comes time pressure. When clocks bend, urgency can mutate into panic. Heaven hurries you without harassing you. If your chest tightens while your spirit dims, step back. God's acceleration does not erase wisdom. Understand, the design these challenges are weights in a gym, not chains in a cell. They build capacity to carry what you asked for. Resistance chisels frivolity from your habits. Trials braid authority into your voice. Endure with clean hands and a steady gaze. You are not wrestling for approval. You are training with it. Micro bridge. with the terrain named and your footing sure receive. Now, the steps that turn revelation into rhythm. Divine instruction is about to meet your daily routine. Here is your path chosen. 1. Clear, actionable, holy. Take these steps and let them become rhythm, not a rare burst of effort. Obedience turns revelation into habitat. 1. Sanctify the night. Set your room like an altar, 1 hour before sleep. Dim the lights. Put the phone across the room. Read a brief passage aloud. Pray a simple prayer. Speak, Lord, your servant is listening. Keep paper and pen within reach. This is not superstition, it is stewardship. 2. Record without editing. When a dream wakes you, write first, interpret later. Capture colors, faces, verbs, temperatures, directions, every small detail. Accuracy invites more. Heaven invests where you steward. Title each dream with a single verb. Run, turn. Unlock, then add the date. Patterns will reveal themselves without strain. 3. Weigh by piece, not panic. In the morning, lay the dream on the scales of Christ's peace. If fear lingers like fog, set it aside and worship. If clarity and courage arise even with sobriety, lean in. The shepherd leads by peace that has backbone, not anxiety that demands immediate spectacle. 4. Pray. The picture back to God. Return what you saw to the one who sent it. Father, you showed me a door with 3 locks. Show me the key and the order. Prayer is not a performance. It is partnership. Insight often arrives mid-sentence. Keep the pen moving. 5. Translate into 1 step. Every real word births a deed. Ask, what is the smallest obedient action? Send the email. Cancel the meeting. Buy the tool. Forgive the name. Trash the subscription. Heaven accelerates those who collapse revelation into motion within 24 hours. 6. Guard your circle. Share dreams in tears, first to God, second to one mature intercessor who knows your assignment. Third, only when instruction involves others. Do not cast pearls before algorithms or opinions. Secrecy is not fear, it is incubation. 7. Fast the counterfeit. During this week of loud dreams, choose one appetite to silence sweet scrolling or needless noise. Call it fasting the false sugars. Every time you reach for it, whisper, I choose manna. The point is not punishment. It is taste bud training for holy bread. 8. Clean your yes. Before the next invitation arrives, pre-decide your boundaries. Write your non-negotiables. I will not buy favor. I will not trade peace. I will not rush past prayer. Clarity before pressure is mercy to your future self. 9. Schedule recovery like warfare. Block real rest. Sleep is a sacrament for the commissioned. If warfare spikes at night, counter with an earlier bedtime. A brief walk at dusk water on the nightstand. Scripture spoken softly. You are a temple, not a tire. 10. Install watchmen at the gates. Your eyes, ears, tongue, and time are gates. Appoint a simple guard post question at each eyes. Does this build vision? Ears. Does this carry faith? Tongue. Will this seed lifetime? Is this on assignment? Say no quickly when any gate answers no. 11. Submit strategy to elders. When a dream births a plan with risk, and reach ask two wise voices for counsel, not crowd's counsel. Honor the testimonies of those who built before you. Humility shortens detours. If both hesitate, pause. If both bless, advance. 12. Sow where the dream points. If you saw a person, pray for them. If you saw a nation given to its gospel work. If you saw a house, bless a household tangibly. Seed confirms sincerity. God trusts givers with blueprints because generosity keeps the heart from hoarding revelation. 13. Speak your new name. Hell remembers labels God forgot. Each morning, prophesy identity out loud. I am commissioned clean and carried by grace. Your mouth is a rudder. Aim it. Sail follows speech. 14. Practice holy refusals. Write 3 sentences you can deploy quickly. Thank you, but that's not my assignment. I will reply after prayer. I'm honored, but I must decline. Courage to refuse is custody of your calling. 15. Keep worship near the work. Play one song that became your week's thread and loop it softly as you execute instructions. Worship is not a pause from doing. It is the power for doing without withering. 16. Bless clean endings. When God closes a chapter, close the cabinet too. Archive the file. Release the number. Delete the shortcut. Then say aloud, I bless what was, and I refuse to drag it through a door it cannot fit. Closure is obedience in past tense. 17. Contend without striving. If resistance rises, increase agreement, not effort. Pray scripture. Take communion at home with simple bread and cup. Renounce lies with breath-length sentences. Then go for a walk. Anxiety performs. Authority proceeds. 18. Build a tomorrow box. Keep a small container for impressions that are true, but not yet now. Write the date, the word, and tomorrow on the card. This keeps you from premature action and honors timing. Review weekly. Ripenings will surprise you. 19. Appoint daily thresholds. At 3 specific points, waking midday and night pause for 60 seconds. Hand your heart back to God. Align me. Expose gently. Instruct precisely. Separate cleanly. Accelerate wisely. Restore fully. Commission boldly. Let your life say amen every 8 hours. 20. Celebrate small fruit. Do not wait for headlines. Rejoice over quiet progress. A softened tone, an answered email, a risk taken. Thanksgiving is multiplication's first math. Take inventory each evening and write 3 evidences of grace. Gratitude anchors acceleration. Move with urgency, but not with fear. The king is not pacing heaven, worried you will miss him. He is pacing beside you, delighted at each yes. These instructions are not a test of worth. They are a trellis for your vine. Climb, and you will not tangle. Micro bridge. As you build this rhythm, feel peace gather like armor. Now hear how the Holy One surrounds you for protection is the covenant that keeps courage bright. Rest now. Chosen one. The one who summons you also surrounds you. Protection is not an afterthought. It is architecture. Before the dream grew loud, the Lord built a wall you could not see and stationed help you did not hire. You have not been walking naked through warfare. You have been moving under a canopy. Picture this, a ring of quiet fire around your bed. Not the fire that scorches, but the fire that keeps predators at the edge of light. Angels stand like tall cedars at the four corners of your dwelling watchers, who do not tire, who do not blink, who do not negotiate with darkness. They are not decorative, they are assigned. When fear knocks at midnight, they answer first. The shepherd lays his rod across your threshold. That rod is authority, and it lives closer than your front door. It rests across your mind when thoughts jostle across your chest, when breath shortens across your calendar, when scarcity tries to script your days. You are not at the mercy of moods, markets, or murmurs. You are at the mercy of mercy. Hear the promise in a single sentence. You will not be ambushed. Not by old traps renamed opportunities, not by hidden snares and flattering invitations, not by fatigue that creeps in dressed as diligence. The Spirit will ping you. Before you turn the way, a car's warning lights flicker before a bend. You will sense weight in your stomach when a yes would wound you. You will feel lift inside your ribs when a no would rob you. Trust that inner traffic. Peace is your green light, not applause. Your body, too, is being guarded. Weariness will not become your ruler. The Lord is weaving rest into your rhythm like gold thread, stronger than it looks lavish without waste. Sleep will land softer. The room will feel kinder. Waking will arrive with clarity instead of scramble. You will notice how your shoulders lower without trying, how your jaw unclenches in prayer, how your pulse slows under worship. These are not small comforts. They are shields. Provision is protection in another form. Expect resources to meet you just before. Need grows loud food that tastes like wisdom funds released on time, counsel that arrives before confusion costs you. This is not luck. This is covenant choreography. Your Father keeps accounts in ways bankers do not recognize. He will not let you become beholden to the very systems He is training you to transform. Your name is guarded as well. While watchers chatter, God is building a witness. He will vindicate you without your hands crafting a defense. He will let fruit speak fluent languages you do not know. He will seat you beside still waters when storms elsewhere audition for your attention. Your steadiness will be a sermon no slander can silence. And when the path narrows and voices rise, He will draw close enough that you can hear His breath. The safest place is not far from danger. It is near to Him. He is a strong tower. Yes, but also a gentle lap. Lean into both. There will be moments when instruction feels heavy. His shoulders are wider than yours. Yoke yourself and discover that the weight which bows you becomes feather light when shared. Hold this vision at dawn, and at dusk you walking a corridor of light walls, humming with psalms you did not compose. Every step echoes with the laughter of heaven. You heard before the laugh that announced your victory and mocked the plan that failed. You are covered from above, supported beneath, flanked on both sides, and sealed from within. So breathe, eat, sleep. Smile at the small goodness within reach. Keep your sword oiled and your song near. You are not only advancing, you are escorted. You are not only chosen, you are kept. Micro bridge. Under this covering, Let your heart imagine the end of this road. See, taste, and touch the transformation that waits just ahead as promise becomes sight. See it now. Chosen. 1. The shoreline of your becoming comes into view. And what once was rumor in your spirit steps into daylight with a name. Transformation is not a costume change. It is bone-deep renewal. Fulfillment is not mere arrival. It is alignment humming through every room of your life. The dreams grew louder because the day has finally matched their frequency. You will wake and find that decisions which once required a conference now require only a nod from peace. You will speak and hear your voice ring with weight you did not rehearse. Doors will open without you jostling the handle, and you will enter unhurried as one expected. The old hesitations loosen like knots in warm water, and courage becomes your natural temperature. Relationships reconfigure without drama. Those meant to run with you stop asking for proof and start asking for assignments. Those meant to be blessed and released stop taking offense at your boundaries. Authority trims your circle to covenant proportion. You bless widely, but you build narrowly, and the work blooms because every yes is clean. Work itself feels different. What used to drain now pours. Where you once pushed projects uphill, you now ride in the slipstream of favor. Emails answer themselves. Schedules braid gracefully. Provision lands before panic can audition. You stop negotiating with scarcity. Because you can smell abundance from a distance, it carries the scent of order and the sound of quiet laughter. Your body offers its own amen. Sleep restores. Appetite stabilizes. Your heart rate consents to rhythm. The ache behind your eyes leaves like a guest who was kind but stayed too long. Strength returns, not as adrenaline spikes, but as steady flame. You move through the day, sheathed in calm, and even interruptions arrive as opportunities instead of thefts. Memory heals into witness. Rooms that once smelled of grief now smell of bread. You return to the street where you first broke and walk it like a priest after a storm, blessing what remains and planting what was lost. The scars do not itch. They glow holy lines of light, telling a true story to anyone humble enough to listen. Your voice travels farther than your feet. Words you spoke in small rooms become maps in other hands. A single teaching becomes a table set in many cities. People you have never met thank you for courage you did not know you carried for them. You recognize the ripple you once heard about in night visions, and gratitude makes you quieter, not louder. Provision matures into generosity. You do not fear the ledger, you shepherd it. Money arrives as mission, not as master, and you send it like arrows into fields where God has pointed. Needs are met with margin. Giving becomes delight, not demonstration. The river does not thin because you pour, it deepens. Underneath all of it, intimacy remains the furnace. You refuse to trade nearness for notoriety. The chamber of dreams stays set like an altar. The pen waits like a servant. You are quicker to worship than to post, quicker to listen than to explain. Success does not seduce you into noise because presence has already taught you the weight of silence. And then the signatures of fulfillment stamp your days a legal approval that once seemed mythical, a healed relationship marked by laughter you feared would never return, a platform you did not ask for stewarded without strain, a yes from a gate that used to mispronounce your name. You do not strut, you bow, you do not clutch, you consecrate. You remember the 7 waves and realize you are standing on dry ground that used to be sea. Finally, you sense the commission settling fully like a cloak that no longer slides off your shoulders. You know where you belong and whom you serve. Your steps sound like answers to prayers you did not hear. You walk as one crowned without clatter, carrying authority that smells like humility and feels like home. The dream is no longer volume in the night. It is habitat in the day. Microbridge stand in this light and seal it. Let your mouth build what God has begun. Receive the closing affirmations and blessing that fasten this fulfillment to your future. Lift your head, chosen one. Let your mouth agree with what heaven has already spoken, for words are doors, and faith is the hand upon the handle. Speak, and let the path hear you coming. Say these slowly from the center of your chest. Affirmation 1. I am aligned, anointed, and at peace. My steps keep time with the King. Affirmation 2. I receive wisdom in the night and walk in clarity by day. Affirmation 3. I refuse the counterfeit. I choose the consecrated path with joy. Affirmation 4. I am guarded, guided, and generously supplied for every assignment. Let these phrases become rhythm on waking at midday before sleep, so that your heart and your habits move as one. Now, open your hands. I bless your nights with nearness. May your sleep be a sanctuary where the Holy One speaks in colors and kindness, where warnings land as wisdom, and where instructions arrive fitted to your frame. May the chamber be kept, the pen be ready, and the whisper be clear. I bless your days with courage. May your peace carry a spine. May your yes be swift and your no be clean. May doors recognize you and hinges welcome your touch. May favor follow function and function flow from presence. I bless your body with holy rhythm. May rest renew you appetite, steady you, and strength accompany you like a faithful friend. May weariness be replaced by wonder, and may pressure be displaced by pace set by the shepherd. I bless your circle with covenant. May true companions find you, and false alliances lose your address. May counsel arrive before confusion, intercession rise before interruption, and laughter return to rooms that learned your tears. I bless your work with accuracy. May strategies arrive on time, resources meet you at the turn, and outcomes magnify the mercy that authored them. May your voice carry weight without strain, and may your hands build what love designs. I bless your memory with healing. May old rooms smell like bread, old streets feel like soil, and old scars glow with honest light. May testimony water the ground where others will cross. And I seal you beneath the joy of the King. May the laughter of heaven ring like a bell over your thresholds, disarming every scheme and announcing every sunrise as an ally. May angels keep watch. May goodness and mercy take both flanks, and may the Lord himself be your shade at your right hand. Receive this covering. You are not late, not lost, not least. You are chosen, commissioned, and kept. In the name of the one who speaks in dreams and walks in daylight, beside you, be established, be enlarged, be at peace. Let the river rise around your feet and the crown rest easy upon your head. Amen.